To speak to a large number of sources in the Mumbai police, and we've put together a sequence of events. What happened that evening on the 24th of April in 2012? According to Mumbai police sources, Indrani Mukerjea, a TV media tycoon in her own right, she called up her daughter Sheena around 6:30 in the evening to Bandra. She said there is something very important to discuss. Indrani Mukerjea was in a car with her former husband Sanjeev Khanna. The car was being driven by the driver Shyamvi Rai. Sheena reached the spot with her boyfriend Rahul Mukerjea. She called Indrani on her cell phone. Sheena reportedly refused to enter the car after seeing Sanjeev Khanna in the same car. But according to Rahul Mukerjea, she was virtually pulled into the car by her mother Indrani Mukerjea, who said there was something very important to discuss. It was after this that Sanjeev Khanna is alleged to have grabbed Sheena's hands. The driver grabbed her legs. Indrani Mukerjea is, according to the police, understood to have strangled her. Sheena's body was then burnt in an isolated spot and dumped in the Raigad forest. The next day, Rahul called up Sheena's cell number. He found the phone switched off. Rahul then reportedly went to the Khar police station. He wanted a complaint to be registered. He later approached the Worli police station. He spoke to Indrani. The police spoke to Indrani, who said that Sheena had left for the United States of America. Rahul called up Indrani, who told him that Sheena had left for the US. Rahul told her, but I have the passport. The very next day, Rahul got an SMS from Sheena's cell number calling off their relationship. Now, Sheena used to live in Guwahati till 2006. She was studying in Guwahati. Now, in 2006, she was brought to Mumbai by Indrani Mukerjea. She was told there's a better future in store for her. In 2011, she started working for a private corporate house. That's when she'd also attended a wedding. It was in 2012 that unfortunately she was murdered. The motive of the murder is still not known. There are several angles that are being investigated. It was on the 24th of April 2012 that this young lady you see on your television screen, Sheena Bora, she was allegedly strangled by her own mother and her body burnt. Let's now tell you something about Indrani Mukerjea's family. She's understood to have had 4 husbands or 3 legally wedded husbands. One was a relationship. She had 2 children from this relationship. Both Sheena Bora and Mikhail was born of this first wedding. The second wedding was to a tea estate owner, Siddharth Das. They had no children. The third wedding was to Sanjeev Khanna, the man who's just been arrested by the police. They had 1 child, Vidhi, who's been adopted now by Peter Mukerjea, Indrani Mukerjea's current husband. Peter Mukerjea also has 2 children from a previous wedding, Rahul and Rabin. Rahul is the younger son, reportedly in a relationship with Sheena, something that Indrani Mukerjea wasn't very happy about. And Mumbai Police Commissioner Rakesh Maria, as you see in these pictures, he's at the Khar police station. He's taking stock of the investigations. A very, very high-profile case that's prompted the Mumbai Police Commissioner to be personally present at the Khar police station. Joining me now with the latest is India Today's Deputy Editor Atir Khan. Atir, what more can you tell us? Rakesh Maria personally supervising investigations perhaps shows the sensitive nature of these investigations.
Well, that's right. You know, the Mumbai Police Commissioner himself is taking a lot of interest in the investigation since he's been involved in it since the time there was a tip-off to Mumbai Police from an informer. Remember, this is a pan-India investigations, Gaurav. Simultaneous investigations are being carried out in Assam, in Kolkata, in Uttar Pradesh and Mumbai. So that's where, you know, the operations are being carried out with quite a precision. The reason being that Mumbai Police Commissioner has been now in Khar police station for more than 45 minutes, and his carcade came here with the entire, he was accompanied by other police officers, additional commissioner and the DCP. They were already in the police station. So they're trying to, basically trying to eradicate the contradictions in the statements which have come so far. So they are waiting for more, persons involved in this case to give their statement so that, they could arrive to a true picture. So there are many twists and turns expected still, Gaurav, as far as the investigations are concerned, and the case is not as simple as it appears to be.
You're absolutely right. This is a very, very complicated case and it's being investigated from multiple angles. But bring us details of what your sources are telling you. What is it that the police want to know from Indrani Mukerjea at this stage? Because there are various versions that are coming out of the investigations. Was young Sheena, was she strangled? Was her drink spiked? Was she given a lethal injection? We still don't know how was she killed. Though Rakesh Maria yesterday said she was strangled, but there are new versions coming out every couple of hours.
That's right. That's for sure that she was strangled. And the version is both Sanjeev Khanna and the driver helped Indrani strangle her to death. But at the same time, Gaurav, there are theories which are doing rounds that before her strangulation, she could have been served a drink which is spiked, with some sedatives, and that is why perhaps she fell unconscious, and and thereafter she was strangulated. So there's no clarity on that, but then there are different versions coming in from the police sources. We'll have to wait and watch what is the final version. But there are a number of contradictions still, Gaurav, which the police has to remove before they arrive to a foolproof, investigation.
And what is very strange in this case, Arthur, it's very difficult to sift facts from fiction. Apart from multiple versions that are coming out at this point of time, we still don't know the role that was played by Sanjeev Khanna, Indrani Mukerjea's ex-husband, but he's been charged with the same crimes: murder, criminal conspiracy and common intent to commit crime. So very, very serious charges against both Indrani Mukerjea and her ex-husband.
Well, indeed, they are very, very serious charges. But as you rightly...
Those are pictures of Rakesh Maria, the Mumbai Police Commissioner, at the Khar police station. What police sources have told India Today so far is there is still no clarity about the motive. They have a fair idea. It now appears to be money. Earlier it was feared that it could well have been a dispute, an honor killing angle, an angle of Indrani Mukerjea's daughter falling in love with her husband Peter Mukerjea's. Of course, both children from previous weddings, from earlier weddings, but something that the society will not accept. Also for the fact that Indrani Mukerjea is learned to have introduced Sheena as her sister and not her daughter. I want to bring in Mustafa Qureshi of India, Mustafa Sheikh of India Today. Mustafa has been speaking to his sources in the Mumbai police. Mustafa, what's the latest that you have for us?
The Mumbai Police Commissioner is at Khar police station. Also, all the accused in the case, which is Indrani and the driver Shamra, are at the police station. The witness in this case, who is Rahul, he is also there at the police station. So it's being said that there is a interrogation which is going on, wherein the accused and the witnesses are there at in the police station in a room where Rakesh Maria is questioning them, and there will be a sessions of verifying the facts. Whatever claims Indrani is making, whatever clues the police have, will be verified by Rahul's statements and what Rahul has to say on it. Also, this morning, police took Rahul to a spot at Bandra from where Sheena was last seen. He dropped Sheena, after which she went with Indrani. So that spot also has been verified by the police, and all the sequence of events is being verified as to what really happened. So Rakesh Maria is personally overlooking the investigation of this case at this point of time. Both the accused and the witness Rahul are currently at Khar police station.
Okay. And it's in the evening, by the time, Sanjeev Khanna, the ex-husband, is brought to Mumbai, is when he will be interrogated, first separately and then face-to-face with Indrani Mukerjea, just in case there are discrepancies in their versions. What is it that Mumbai police sources are telling you? Do they now know what the motive for this murder was?
See, as far as Khanna is concerned, Mumbai police he has not been brought to Khar police, so his detailed interrogation has not been taken place at Khar police station. So the motive as of now has not been completely identified. But yes, once Sanjeev Khanna reaches Mumbai, and there will be again a round of cross questioning happening, and there will be again a statement by the Rahul, and all the leads which have been given by Rahul to Mumbai police will be verified once Sanjeev Khanna reaches Mumbai, and there will be again a session of interrogation.
And both you and Mayuresh, our colleague in Mumbai, were trying, Mustafa, to speak to Peter Mukerjea in this case, the television czar, former CEO of Star India. Peter Mukerjea, he was to reach a police station and give his side of the story. Do we know details of when that is likely to happen?
See, Peter Mukerjea has again and again said that he is ready to give a statement to the Mumbai police, but he has not been called at the police station, or not specific time has been given when he will be coming. But it can be said that after, because Rahul was more close to Sheena, so that his statement is more important in the case. But after Rahul's statement is done, it can be said that for further cooperation and clues regarding Indrani, Peter Mukerjea can be called and his statement will be recorded. If Mumbai police has some doubts related to investigation, obviously they seek Peter Mukerjea's help, because he was the person who was spending most of the time with this accused Indrani for last 3 years.
Okay, stay with me, Mustafa. Let me also now quickly cut across to Kolkata and speak to India Today's Manogya Loiwal, who joins us with the latest. Manogya, what's happening in court? We believe Indrani Mukerjea's ex-husband Sanjeev Khanna is in court. What is the Mumbai police telling the court?
Well, even as we talk, Mumbai police has just rushed to the CJM court here in Alipur court. They have gone to ask on whether the presence of Sanjeev Khanna is required as when the hearing goes on for the transit remand here in the court. And besides that, they will also ascertain on if he is required, he'll be taken to the court. Otherwise, he'll be kept in the lockup here, just beside where I'm standing. And also, he will also be interrogated once he's on his way. His face has been covered because he's requested to do so. Besides that, the Mumbai police has ensured that there is a team of Kolkata police to traverse them through the traffic and also ensure that they reach Kolkata airport at the earliest. What is more important is that he is being interrogated since morning. He's been questioned almost 2 times since morning, where he has revealed that he had, of course, always a soft corner for Indrani Mukerjea. He kept in touch with her because he wanted to be in touch with his daughter also. So the fact that he loved both of them equally, and that's the reason why he did not remarry again. He was always in love with Indrani Mukerjea, and that's what he has confirmed to the Mumbai police. Besides that, he's also said that he wanted to be in touch with his daughter also, who was adopted by Peter Mukerjea at a later stage. And besides that, he has been one of those persons who has been living in Kolkata but has been visiting Mumbai off and on, only to keep in touch with his former wife. But his involvement in this crime is yet to be ascertained on what are the aspects, on whether he was a party to the planning or he was a party to the murder. He was the third person who was present there. How much important, but the clauses that have been given as far as this case is concerned under section 302, as we rightly pointed out, under section 120B, which is criminal conspiracy, and also attempt to murder under IPC. These are the charges that have been issued against him, and that is what is the biggest matter of concern for Mumbai police, because they know they have ample of evidence to believe that he was a party to the crime. You've also been speaking, Manogya, to some of his very dear friends, and what is their reaction? Were they aware of, Indrani's past and her 2 children from a previous relationship? Not really. The person we spoke to, Wing Commander Clares, he absolutely clearly said that when she was pregnant with Nidhi, she ensured that she used to come to their family and ask as a first-time mother. She would ask questions as a first-time mother. Nowhere during the conversation it was ever revealed that she had already given birth to 2 children. But what is more important is that despite all the conversations that they had been appearing as a very happy-go-lucky couple who were very happy with each other. But when this friend of Sanjeev Khanna, when he flew to US and when he came back, he came to know that they had parted ways. The reasons unknown to him, but the fact that he has been instrumental in their family when the childbirth took place, and they were happy about it, the family was celebrating about it. All that time he spent together. However, the parting of ways was, the reasons were unknown, but one thing is for sure, that there is much more to it than what meets the eye.
There's much more to this than meets the eye. As far as Sanjeev Khanna's background is concerned, accessory to murder, in fact, being actively involved, allegedly being involved in murder. That is something that his friends that you've been speaking to, they just can't believe, because the life that he's leading in Kolkata is very different from what he stands accused of this afternoon.
Absolutely, you might call it a double standard life that he's been living over the years. In 2012, if he had or he was a party to the crime, he's been living with it for more than 3 years now, and he knew about it, all hidden under the wraps, or not only with Indrani Mukerjea, but also keeping in mind that he was a party to it. How come he and Indrani Mukerjea both ensured that it was always under the wrap? It was maintained with a lot of secrecy and of course with a lot of diligence, where they ensured that everything that had happened in 2012 on that unfateful day was never known to anyone. And the fact that the phone calls, the Mumbai police will now also adhere to the number of calls that have been made between Indrani Mukerjea and Sanjeev Khanna, and of course what were his locations, how many times he's visited Mumbai, whether it was only business purpose, because he has been involved in the renovation and the working, and of course a lot of construction work that he's been doing. He basically takes care of buildings where he goes into renovation work, he goes into maintenance of them, and recently he was involved with one of the businessmen in Kolkata in the construction of a resort in South 24 Pargana. So you could imagine that despite the well-known circle that he has, not many have been vocal enough about him. Some of them who were vocal said that he wanted to be, he was always in love with Indrani and he wanted to continue to do so. Yes. Perhaps that's the reason why he did not go ahead with any other relationship officially.
And did that love for Indrani Mukerjea drive him to the level of what he stands accused of today, and which is murdering Indrani Mukerjea's daughter from a previous wedding? Atir Khan also with me. Atir, you've been speaking to your police sources. The police claim this is quite a scientific investigation, given they've got call details of the conversation between the driver, Indrani Mukerjea, Sanjeev Khanna, and the mobile phone towers that link up, that all three travelled together from Mumbai to Raigad around the time, one, that Sheena was murdered, and the time that her body was burnt and dumped in the forest, Atir.
That's right. You see, this examination got a police a very crucial breakthrough, because they had an informer telling them about involvement of these people in this murder. However, the police had to do its own due diligence. Without doing their homework, they cannot put their hands on anybody, and people as high profile as those who were involved in this case. So therefore, they looked into call details of all the persons who are involved, especially Indrani's. And when they tried to find out her location and the location of others, the driver, they discovered all three were together for a long time on 24th of April 2012. So that was a clinching, sort of breakthrough which the police got. I just want to give you an update. There was a little commotion here at Khar police station. People thought there's another person has been called in for questioning. Actually, it was Sanjay Dutt who has come to the police station because he has his parole, sort of the formalities which he has to undertake, since he lives in the same jurisdiction of Khar police station. So so Mumbai Police Commissioner is still inside, along with other police officers who are quizzing the accused in this case.
Atir, keep tracking that story. Atir and Manogya will continue to track the story very closely. And those are pictures of Indrani's driver, Shiv. He's now being taken for questioning. He's also in police custody. Just a short while back, Indrani Mukerjea was also being questioned by the Mumbai police, and police sources say by late evening they expect Sanjeev Khanna also to be brought to Mumbai on transit remand, and then the questioning of the three murder accused will start in the right earnest. We're leaving you with these pictures, slipping into a quick break. Back with the headlines and our top stories. Keep watching India Today.